Guten evening and welcome back to another episode of False 10 Football Talk and Tactics. I'm Shane and this is episode 4. What a weekend of football we had, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal just barely scraped a 1-0 win over Manchester United. And they did it with a set piece again, while Liverpool served up some chaos at Anfield, going 2 goals up at Bournemouth and then letting it slip with a couple of defensive mistakes before Federico Chiesa and Mo Salah sealed the win for us. Today, I'm joined by Ranks. He's an Arsenal fan. So we're going to break down the good, the bad, and what the results mean heading into the season. So let's get into it. Evening, Ranks.
Good evening.
What it do? So I'm happy we got the 3 points. You got the 3 points. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm not really gonna start anyway. I kind of want you to just start anyway, man. Talk to us about the Arsenal result. Talk to us about what happened with Arsenal, and yeah, you can basically just start anyway.
Well, about to start what happened at Old Trafford. A very ugly win, but ugly wins are needed in a championship bid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, looks like we lost ranks again. Looks like we lost Ronkadi again. Guys, I am just
Uh,
so. Okay, you back.
with unnecessary
You back? Yeah, you're just cutting out a little
too
bit.
happy. I, I wasn't too happy with the result, but I wasn't too happy with the performance, but the result was good. And yeah, it's given Man United a bit of an ego boost, but it's fine. We got the 3 points, so I'll take that.
Here we go, bruv. There we go. So that's the Arsenal Man United game by Ricardo Califiori. So, Hanks, do you still think it's got the same impact? The 3 points, knowing that because I was on a podcast and my opinion was that Arsenal kind of resorted to type. This season we wanted to see a different Arsenal, but Arsenal went right back to depending on their set pieces. And since you guys did score from a set piece, assuming the next game you don't score from a set piece, my question to you is: do you think you can break down a low block?
For sure, for sure. I think this season we're gonna try win games in different manner of ways,
Mm-hmm.
and this last one was just a different way of winning. Sometimes you need to win a set piece and hold out an away performance. Sometimes a home performance we can bash a team 4-5-0. Sometimes 2-0. Sometimes we have to come back from behind. And yeah, I just hope that the team is ready for anything.
So it's more of a hope than like you completely convinced that you guys can kind of break down a low block.
I can be convinced of anything, but at the end of the day, this is football, mate. Anything can happen, and we look the way the squad is built. I think we built for anything.
Okay. Like you're convinced that you guys can handle kind of any situation. This week is more about the fact that you managed to get over the line. It's not really something that we can see or should look at as some kind of hiccup. Is that what you're saying?
It's not a hiccup because a hiccup is dropping points. That would have been a bigger hiccup to drop points because now we can take positives out the game. We can work on the negatives and we can move forward with positivity.
Okay. Okay. And then do you have any like insight as to how the game actually went? Because after I saw the set piece, it kind of looked like you were dominated by Man United. So and it did look like a defensive mistake from United. And assuming the keeper doesn't make that error, you guys could have come out of it 0-0. So do you have anything to tell me about the game? Like what was the story of the game? I had it on the TV, but I mean I wasn't paying that close of attention because it
Well, like I said, we gave United a bit of an ego boost. They played well. So us, I think we just a bit rusty. It was the first game of the season. Passes were not as sharp. Fitness wasn't quite there. Match fitness wasn't all the way there, and I think that will come with a bit of time. So I think maybe in about 2 or 3 weeks we should be fully back. We head to Leeds. Oh no, Leeds come to visit the Emirates this Saturday, so that'll be a good runabout. I'm expecting 2-3-0 there, and then so yeah. But the team generally, I think we still gearing up for the new season. Defensively, we still pretty sharp. Attacking needs a lot of work though, but I don't think it's anything Mick can't fix.
And what kind of work do you need in terms of attack? Can you maybe tactically give us a little bit of a breakdown?
Uh, so Jokeres likes to run in, and I think the boys Saka, Martinelli, Zubamendi, Rice, Odegaard, they need to be quicker in releasing the ball up front. They like to pass it backwards and sideways, trying to look for the extra pass when they should be trying to whip it in because Jokeres is always making those runs. So it's just about getting in sync with the striker and the striker getting in sync with the midfield.
Okay, phase. But does Gyökeres look promising?
I mean, he didn't have a great game. I've seen like again the Bilbao game was encouraging. So I'll just chalk it down to tough start to the season. United were really up for it. Away performance not really the best, but let's see what his home performance debut, his competitive home debut can provide.
Yeah. And the guy on screen, Martin Zubimendi. Tell us about his game. I was hearing some good stuff about him.
His game, he's good. He's good. I like how I like how he really the double pivot with Rice is really good. I think he's given Odegaard a bit more freedom. Odegaard was really more Odegaard was more central in the heat map. Usually he's more right. His bias is more towards the right, so Odegaard's a bit more center. Uh, he played more well, so I think he gives Odegaard a bit more room to move. I wasn't too happy with his connection with Gyökeres this game. I
Okay,
feel
how
like him and Gyökeres just I think they just need to sync up a bit. They don't they're not too familiar with each other, and I feel like if they can get that connection, he can release Gyökeres quicker. And I feel like that quick release wasn't there. Even though Arsenal did play quite fast attacking football, I think releasing the ball it's not quite there just yet.
so basically you're saying that the ball's not being released like quickly enough.
It's not being released. Yeah, I think the timing of the balls going over the defenders it wasn't quite there the way we needed to be. The way Gyökeres enjoyed it at Sporting. I think that could be just down to it could be down to his connection with Gyökeres.
Okay, ranks
I'm gonna
your
go
audio.
with more the former.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you cut out a bit there. We didn't hear you. Can you say that again?
I'm saying it could be. I think that performance could be an issue of two factors. One, they're not in sync yet, or two, United did well to neutralize uh that ball over the top, that quick ball over the top. So I think more. I think more the team could be more in sync, but let's see what they can deliver against Leeds this weekend.
100%. And then what are you expecting to see from a tactical point against Leeds? Like, what do you expect?
Um, I don't think Mick is gonna change anything. I think we're gonna see the same team again. Um, I like Calafiori as the fullback. I think he's a bit more ambitious than Miles. So let's see what the players can cook up together. Especially Calafiori is he's a very dynamic player. You don't really know what to expect from him, which is good because
Okay,
he's not
okay.
predictable. Yeah, he's not a very predictable guy. So
So
yeah,
is
we enjoying
Calafiori a
it.
start for you?
I think he starts for me. He's got a bit more experience, a bit more ambition. Miles is a bit more conservative, a bit more inexperienced, but he's a good athlete though, Miles. So I think off the bench, the last few minutes when the game, especially when the game is stretched, just to turn it down to kill the opposition's bit of hope. I think Miles does very well in that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, no, I don't really have much to say about the Arsenal game. I mean, Martinelli still dribbling with his head down. I do think Zubimendi showed signs of some class. And then Arsenal was resolute in defense, but you guys did defend for your life. So in terms of Arteta's setup, execution of his game plan, and then obviously the results, what would you give Arteta, out of 10 for this game?
Uh, I give it a 5.5. Um, he did well to uh keep United's chance limited. He didn't do well in that midfield and attack. I think the subs were fair, but yeah, I think I give him a 5.5, 6 because it wasn't too terrible. The defense was good, but the attack was really not very bad to non-existent.
Okay. And then anything else you want to add about the weekend's results? I mean, you guys obviously won, so we always talk about the positives. Are there any negatives you noticed or any positives you think we should look out for?
Um, yeah, just I think that connection to Jokeres, it might take a bit more time, depending on
Mm-hmm.
the opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so hopefully the team are more in sync moving forward.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I could see and feel that the team is not in sync as the way they should be. I think first of all the midfield is not as match sharp, so they were a bit sloppier, and because they're not so in sync, the sloppiness was a bit more exaggerated.
Mm.
So yeah, but I think with time and fitness, it should improve.
Okay, 100. I'm gonna bring it to Liverpool because I really want to keep us under 30 minutes. I hope that's okay with you.
Oh, no, it's
Uh,
all good, bro.
okay. So, do you have any questions for me about Liverpool, or did you watch the game?
I didn't watch the game. It was on Friday, but I did watch the highlights. Interesting, interesting how it got to 2-2, but again, champions do what champions do. Took the game at the scruff of the neck at the last minute and managed to secure the 3 points on the at home.
Yeah. So Josh is gonna be joining us in a second. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So he's gonna hop on, but before he joins, I'm gonna be on the lookout for him. Um, I'll tell you a little bit about the Liverpool game. Things I noticed. Honorable mentions. We cannot talk about the Liverpool game without talking about the absolute most honorable mention, and obviously what's got the what's dominating the headlines at the moment. Our boy Ibu Konate, and then obviously a large part of that conversation is going to be Virtual Van Dijk. So you saw the highlights, right?
Yeah, I did.
And you saw Ibrahim Konate's obvious mistake in defense, and then for the other goal, obviously he didn't stop the cross. The ball went in, and we got scored against. Right. So before I move on to Ibo and Virtual, I also just want to say that there was a fan who was obviously racially abusing Semenyo. Right. For those who don't know, a fan racially abused Semenyo. The game stopped, and the referee actually stopped the game. He told both coaches what happened, and then at halftime they took that fan out the stadium. Semenyo ends up scoring a brace, so good for him. But yeah, in terms of racial abuse, you know what I'm saying? Like, We don't stand for anything like that. And I'm, as a Liverpool fan, I'm very disgusted that one of our fans did that. It was a guy in a wheelchair. It was a dude in a wheelchair who racially abused this man. Welcome, Josh.
Oh, hey, Josh.
Hey, gentlemen, what's good? What's going on?
Was really good. Was really good. I was just telling Ranks that Semenyo was racially abused at the Liverpool game, and yeah, I'm just very happy that my club dealt with that in the best fashion. Like they got rid of the guy nice and quickly. He's not there anymore, and he's got like a good stadium band. So those are definitely not the kind of people we want coming to Liverpool games because it gives the club a bad name. And I mean, I spoke to a Man United fan this morning, and I was like, "Hey, how was United lost? Did you enjoy the game?" And he goes, "Yeah, you guys racially abused the fan. You guys are racist." So it definitely, when fans go to the extreme and they think that going overboard is still support of the club, that's when things just become a little bit cryptic. So I just wanted to say before we get into a little bit more tactics that, guys, I really don't agree with things like that. I don't also agree with our fans being hooligans, throwing eggs, throwing flares, and any behavior of that sort. You get me? But obviously, if an opposition team comes, United and Man City, we have to build an atmosphere. But things like racial slurs, racial abuse, that's completely wrong. So big up to Semenya for scoring his brace, and big up to Liverpool Football Club for removing that guy from the stadium immediately at halftime and rolling his wheelchair the hell out of there because that's disgusting. So anyway, the biggest talking
A
point,
man on a
guys.
wheelchair.
Yeah, a dude on a wheelchair actually. Let me see if I can find the um. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. But yeah, it was some dude in a wheelchair. I can't
Yeah, he
see.
rolled up. He rolled up to Semenyo as he was as Semenyo was trying to take a free kick. Sorry, a throw in.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. He literally rolled up.
This
Guys,
guy.
he rolled up
damn.
in his wheelchair. Like, I mean, like, how dark does it get for you to roll up? You don't even have legs, and you take the effort of using your arms to roll up in your wheelchair. You cripple, and then you go ahead and abuse this guy, Semenyo. So that was completely wrong, man. That was not cool. So the game stopped. It was a bit weird. We didn't know what was going on, but the commentator got us back up to speed. So we realized that some guy was being a freaking idiot, and it just puts a bad name on our
Mm.
club, bro. Because, guys, like at the parade last year, some idiot decided to drive through the fans. So like we really always have that one person trying to remind us that Liverpool are hooligans or whatever, like just giving the club a bad name. So yeah, no, no. I just wanted to talk about that for a second. But before we go to Liverpool, Josh, anything to say about your team, Arsenal? Possibly Martin Zubimendi?
Um, in particular, Martin Zubimendi. Look, the game. It was a disappointing game. But I feel like he's fitting right into the team. You know,
Okay.
being a direct replacement of Thomas Partey. I'm fairly comfortable with him being in the team. In terms of
Mm-hmm.
the performance collectively, I'm quite disappointed with how we approached the game. So I think that's my opening comment with regards to Arsenal this past weekend.
What would you give Arteta out of 10?
Arteta,
Mm.
specifically with the game or just his coaching in general.
Everything. So his coaching, where he positioned them, and because it's specifically for this game, it's the weekend review. So what would you give Arteta like for what he did this game and how he set them up?
I'd give him a between a 6.5 and a 7.
Okay. So we'll
Yeah,
just settle.
Seven
We'll
is
just
crazy.
seven is crazy. Yeah. Seven is crazy.
it's
Because I
crazy.
mean, don't you feel that the fact that you scored a set piece, right, is kind of Arsenal going back to the same old nonsense? And if a team's able to defend set pieces against you in the next game, are you convinced that you guys can break down a low block?
Look, I wouldn't say we're going back to our usual. I think in that game we just didn't have that the dominance mindset. You know, we allowed a team like United. I mean, no disrespect to them. You know, I don't see them as a you know a really tough team. You know, to play
Yeah,
against. You know, I
that game
felt
was
like I felt confident. You know, going into the game at the beginning. You know, to say no, we're definitely getting something out of this game. You know, but we just didn't have that dominance. I think playing away, you know, playing at United, that probably gave them that, you know, that confidence and that boost, you know, for the
yeah,
United team. But with Arsenal, we could have definitely done better, you know,
that's
definitely.
honest.
And I think going into the next game, we will.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I'm
And then
happy we
anything,
got the result. You know,
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Anything
happy
else
we
you want
got
to add to
that
the
win.
Arsenal game?
Say again?
Is there anything else you want to add to the Arsenal game?
No, not at the moment. We can go ahead.
Okay, because on Thursday we're just gonna do obviously what we want to see for the next game. So I wanted to just
Yeah.
make this pod a little bit more brief because I don't want us to get too much into it. Because on Thursday we'll definitely get into it a bit more. Okay, so I just wanted to recap a young recap of the weekend. So, guys, as you can see, the beautiful golden haired gentleman on screen, his name is Hugo Ekitike. He's currently holding up a 20 that symbolizes the 20 goals he's going to score this season. RIP Diogo Jota. RIP Diogo. Tribute to Diogo Jota
R.I.P.
was
Yeah.
tribute to Diogo Jota was absolutely beautiful at Anfield. It was an absolutely beautiful tribute to Diogo. And guys, Ekitike scored the first goal of this Premier League season and took the first shot on target of this Premier League season. How's
Congratulations to him. And
yeah,
most
that's you.
importantly, RIP to
Good
Diogo
shot.
Jota. Beautiful
Yeah,
tribute. You know,
yep.
I see you threw in an interesting comment to say the 20 is a sign of him scoring 20 goals. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
well, before we go
Good
into
way
the game,
of
I'll,
putting it.
I'll tell you, I want to ask you guys, how did you guys watch the Liverpool game before we ask you these question ranks? Yes, no. Josh, yes, no.
I just saw that. I saw the highlights and the goals.
Josh,
Same with me. I saw the highlights and the goals as well.
did you
Couldn't
see
watch the
how?
game, unfortunately.
Did you see Gakpo's goal, the second goal?
Yeah. I saw it. Beautiful.
How Ekitike held up the ball and laid it
Yeah.
off to Cody. Ranks, did you see that?
I did. A quick question: how old is Ikitike?
Let me actually find that out on Google. He's a young blood. Let's see.
I think between
Footballer.
24 and 26, somewhere there. Should be there.
He was born 2022, so he's 23. He's 23. Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
Still young. Yeah.
So I
Still
want to
very
say,
young, yet to reach his prime.
yeah. So this guy is 6 foot something. That's first and foremost. He is tall. There was this one cross Cody put in, and the guy gets up there. But aside from his physical attributes, guys, this guy is a Bobby Firmino regen, and you can add in a little slice of Diogo Costa there. He can hold the ball up just like he did for Cody's goal because you didn't watch the whole game, right? So he holds the ball up. He can bring others into play. He's got a delicious touch. If you have a striker that doesn't just make runs, but lays the ball off and then goes on a run. There's a massive difference between the two. Ranks was talking about the team needs to sync up with Gyökeres making that run when Gyökeres decides to make that run. There was no that run from Ekitike. There was just him linking up with Cody, him linking up with Florian, him linking up with Mo, but a lot of link up was with Cody. So this guy can hold up the ball. He's definitely scoring 20. My next question was, how many goals do you think he's scoring without even watching him? just seeing that goal.
Ekitike.
Yeah, just seeing the way he holds up the ball, brings others into to play. How many goals? And obviously, you guys saw his goal, right? He actually went for the nutmeg. I haven't seen that since Suarez, where you dribble directly at the guy, you attempt to pass him. And in addition to like what I was saying about Suarez, I haven't seen that since Jota. The last person to do that was Diogo, to actually dribble, attempt maybe a nutmeg or to put it past the player. The ball bounces off the both of them, spills out on the other side of the defender, and then he still finishes it. The last person I saw do that for Liverpool was Diogo Jota, right? So he's also when he's in front or when we give him the ball up top, he is direct. So when we do slip him through the gaps, he does just lock in and go forward. He's not the kind of player who's going to be looking for Mo Salah the whole game. So I'm really excited. I think he'll score 20 minimum goals, guys. Remember, he's
I'll
playing
give
this.
him. I'll give him 14.
How much do you give Gyökeres?
I don't know yet. Maybe I'll give him 14 as well.
No, there's no way. So I can tell you fundamentals are completely different. Completely. Ekitike got goal and assist, guys. He's got 2 GA already. What are
Yeah,
we talking?
I mean at home against Bournemouth. I mean, good start, bro. But let's see the way performances. Let's see when the going gets tough. It was a great start, but it's gonna be a long season, and let's see again how he can handle the adversities.
Yeah, well, the going got tough for Gyökeres and he didn't score.
Yeah, one game, chief. One
Yeah,
game.
one game,
60 minutes, not even one game, 60 minutes.
2 GA. That's all I'm
So
saying.
Yeah,
okay,
it can be it can be 10 games with that same 2 GA, and it can be 5 games with 5 GA. Let's see how it goes over the few games.
okay, yeah. Look, I
John,
mean,
what did you?
Ranks mentioned something um important, that home game against Bournemouth. It's a different opponent to playing Manchester United at Old Trafford, right? So
Yes.
it's a good opportunity for us to see what he's capable of, right? So coming back to your question, I see him maybe about 15, 16 goals. And then remember, I told you
Yeah.
that
Go.
Yokeres, I'm giving him between 15 to 20 on a good season, right? Still early to say, but let's look at the next opponents, right? I think maybe I'm just going a bit ahead, right? You guys,
Leeds.
Liverpool, are playing away to
At Newcastle.
Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be a different game to Bournemouth, right?
You see now,
So
let's
let's
see
see.
what Hugo can do at at,
Yeah,
at St
let's
James's
see.
Park. It's gonna
Yeah,
be a rough environment. Let's see how he can do there. Because I mean, at home, under the lights at Anfield, first day of the season, it's gonna be a
yeah,
glorious day. Let's see tough afternoon in St James how he can do.
yeah,
Is your next game at the Emirates?
Yeah,
yeah.
afternoon Emirates kickoff.
It's against
Oh,
Leeds.
so since you're saying let's not compare your away game with our home game, let's now compare. What is your prediction for your Corez in your next home game?
Hopefully he can open his Premier League account, dog. That's all we need. Just
I
opening
don't
that account,
I don't
get a
subscribe to
goal,
hope.
get an assist, or get an assist.
I don't subscribe to hopefully. Josh, your turn. I do not subscribe to hopefully. Josh, what do you think your Corez is gonna do in a next game? Because I'm gonna tell you straight.
Mm.
I think
Okay, before
Ekatike.
before before you
Yeah,
jump in,
yeah, yeah.
I'm giving him a goal. I'm giving us a comfortable win. I see possibly an assist for one of our wide players, but a goal and an assist.
So two
With possibly
GA for
Havertz
your
coming into score as well.
okay. So two GA, maybe 2 goals, 1 goal, 1 assist. You giving him two GA or
Yeah,
one minimum.
yeah,
Okay, guys, I'm giving Ekitike one minimum GA against Newcastle as well. So the thing is, because Salah's a good finisher, because you saw the link up between him and Cody, right? I think he's assisting anyone, whether it's Florian, whether it's Mo, whether it's Cody. Or even Soboslai. because he can actually bring people into play from the attacking position. So I think it's going to be very easy for him to get flick ons, to actually do an assist, because he's got that technical ability. But let's move a little bit away from our strikers. Um, I'll talk you guys through the game. So obviously Hugo scored, and then he held the ball up for Cody. Cody scored his goal, and it was a beautiful, absolutely beautiful day. We thought it was going to be a walk in the park before Ibu Konate happened. Ibu Konate happened. And Ibu Konate happened the moment we subbed on Andy Robertson. So everybody's going to blame Ibu, but if you guys go break down that extended highlight, you can actually see that Kirkies had a clean game, Frimpong had a clean game, right? But things started when Slot put Endo. Where is Arne Slot? Let me get Arne onto the stage here, because this is the person I'm truly not happy with. This is the one person I'm truly not happy with, because the substitution he made in the second half, guys, he brought on Endo, put Endo right back. He brought on Robertson, put Robertson left back. In that goal, you'll see Robertson, number one, not tracking Semenyo all the way to the end. Okay, so Ibu's chasing the man with the ball on the wing, and then Robertson is chasing Semenyo. And right at the edge of the box, Robertson stops running before Semenyo gets to Virgil. Virgil was unsighted because the run was made behind him and Robertson was following. So I don't expect Virgil to do that thing where he tries to play two positions, because he was watching his man. Robertson stopped running. So our wing backs are completely solid, but it's the Arne Slot bringing on Endo, putting him right back. I mean, if you just put Sobo Slide right back, that's okay, because he's got the pace, he's got a little bit of movement speed to get back and some recovery pace. But I think it was a very bad decision to put Endo Wataru on at right back, and also asking Endo to overlap for Salah. So the way Liverpool's system is set up now is that players are making rogue overlaps just so that Mo Salah could get more space. That's apparently the rumor, that players are risking themselves, putting putting the team in dangerous positions, so that Mo Salah can have a little bit more space to do his thing, and that overlap is more like a dummy. So for Arne Slot, I'm giving him, even though we won, for his level as a league champion, I'm giving him a 5. Okay. Just because he's a manager known for making positive subs, and he made a negative sub, right? So that's number one. Number two is obviously playing Endo out of position. And then number three is bringing Andy Robertson on, and that causing the mistake. When your substitutes directly lead to you losing your grasp of the game, you have to blame the manager, because your substitutes are supposed to see out the game. You put Endo into the midfield so it's more compact. You put Soboslai a bit to the right so that you don't lose any of that attacking impetus. I mean, when we brought on Gomez, guys, Gomez saw the game out so calm. He calmed everything down. You know, I know Gomez is injury prone, but he's an absolute joy to bring on in the second half, because he's just so experienced, so calm on the ball. So Arne Slot gets a 5 for me. And then your boy, in the second half, your boy Federico Chiesa gave us one of the most beautiful moments, and he gave us one of the most beautiful slides. Did you see that celebration? What would you rate
Yeah,
that out of 10?
yeah, that's passion.
That's passion,
That
right?
was very passionate. Yeah, no, it's a good one. I'll give him 7, 8.
And then, of
Yeah.
course,
Also, especially after the fact
yeah, did he cut out? Josh, are you still
See
there?
that ranks?
Yeah, he just cut out for a bit.
Yeah, yeah, I think
And
got cut
obviously,
out.
Mo Salah bagging. So definitely a good result from both teams for the.
considering how last season went. So good to see his account getting opened. Especially after the terrible last season. Yeah, positive start to the new season for him.
Who's got any views on Chiesa? You
So
guys got any?
I haven't seen personally. I haven't seen much of him. You know. Um. So let's see how it goes this season. I don't have much to say about him.
Yeah, we're mostly going to use him as a substitution, but I do think he can definitely play himself into form. I think he can play himself into form, but it's all going to depend on how Arne Slot uses him. And then last but not least, Mo Salah once again breaks another Premier League record. He's the player with the most goals on opening night of the Premier League season, ladies and gentlemen. What are we saying about Mohamed Salah this season? Real predictions on what Mohamed Salah could do for just his legend status, not necessarily Liverpool, but what do you think Mo Salah's legend status says after this season, just based on the fact that he might have a bad game and he's going to bag a goal? Are you guys like afraid of Mo Salah coming to your place? I mean, he's just so good right now and he just scores goals for fun.
Yeah, well, I don't really expect him to dip down in terms of goals and assists. I still expect him to keep or maintain that level,
Yeah, yeah.
of greatness.
That
I wouldn't say I'm afraid of him. I mean, it's good for football. To see great players and to see
He's a
my
tremendous
team
athlete.
playing against such a person like that. It's great for football. You know,
and
Obviously, when we play against Liverpool, we see him as, yeah, he's one of those danger men that we have to watch out for. So I still expect him to play and continue at that high level. You know, so yeah, good for him.
GA for Mohamed Salah this season
GA in the Premier League alone.
in the yeah, let's go Prem alone.
Let's go. Let's go Prem. Oof, 25, 25 between 25 and 28.
I'm gonna give 18 and
GA.
25
What do you mean 18 and 25?
between.
Between 18 and 25 for Mo.
Yeah,
Like I'm gonna give you one more chance to just revisit that. Between 18 and 25 for
nah, between 18. Nice conservative number.
What
okay.
is your number, Shane? What do you say?
I'm
This man's
30.
gonna say 30 plus.
330. 30. So I'm saying 30 on the dot and I'm saying 25 plus. I'm predicting Mo to hit double figures in assists. So let's say 11. Okay. I think he'll do more assists than any other season this season. But here's the issue with this season, guys, and I want to break this down like properly. This season, Mo Salah's ball usage is going to go down tremendously because the team is not going to play through Mo. The team is like, even in the preseason game, you saw in the first half, Mo Salah got about the ball about 4 or 5 times, right? And the same with this game. Mo Salah, he did get the ball, but he didn't get it as frequently. So just because ball usage is going to go down, I do see his assists dropping to 11 when it was 19 last season. And I think he'll still score 20 plus goals. I think Mo Salah hasn't gone a season without scoring close to 20 goals. I think his lowest return was 19, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he ever scored less than 20 in a Premier League season. So if you
Yeah.
can find proof that Mo scored less than 20 ever, we can run with that. But considering the fact that Mo should score at least 20 and he'll get 11 assists or probably like 15. All right. Okay. Ranks is gonna head off. Ranks, have a good one. Thanks so much for
Away, shout
joining.
out, gentlemen.
Shout
Away,
out.
cheers, ranks.
We're gonna end the pod very, very soon. We're gonna end the pod very, very soon. I'm gonna go 3-0. And Josh, last but not least, let's end with your favorite player. How was Bakayo Saka this game? And like, did he meet your expectations? Did he not meet your expectations? And
Nah, 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 nah. There were a few instances where he lost the ball, quite a few
okay,
times actually, and it was disappointing to see. You know, considering his quality, it just looked like the players, or he wasn't fresh. He wasn't ready
up.
for the season. You
Yeah,
know,
he wasn't up to speed just yet.
um, yeah, yeah, he just wasn't there yet. You know, but we did
GA
see
for
we did see some
some signs.
bits and pieces of what he is capable of. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because now that Gyökeres is there, I don't expect because Kai would drop, right? So now that
Mm,
Gyökeres is there, don't you think? Because I just said that Mo Salah's game's gonna be affected, not necessarily in a negative way, but
mhm.
it'll positively impact the game. But it might require more, even more precision from Mo Salah to deliver those numbers because he actually has help. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from Bakayo, what's the GA that you're giving him in the Premier League only?
In the Premier League, only 20,
But what did he make
20
last
GA.
season? What did he make last season?
Last season, because he was our. I think no, he wasn't out of. No, I think last year he was injured. He was out for a bit.
Ah, that's probably
Um,
so.
yeah. Let me check. Let me check. Um, let me check for you real quick, real quick, real quick.
I'm also checking. I'm also
Yeah,
checking. It looks like
but it
Bakayo
was
last
I think between
season.
12 and 15.
Last season, his GA. I'm just waiting for it to load. So Bukayo last season in the Prem alone, right?
I think it was
Just
16.
let's see. So this is Champions League. Bukayo in the Premier League got
Yeah,
he got
16.
he got. I think it showed. What is this goals?
He got 6 goals and 10 assists.
Oh my goodness! So if he got six
Yeah,
goals and 11 assists, actually, or it does show
yeah,
10 on your.
yeah. On my side, I'm seeing 10
So I
in
mean,
the Premier League.
with 16 GA, and how much are you giving him this season? 20,
20 total. Yeah,
because he's not injured, right?
because he's not injured. Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah.
fair. I'm not gonna
And
be. Yeah, I'm not gonna be a
yeah,
rival. I'd also give Bukayo Saka 20 GA this season. Because I think
yeah,
the more important thing this season, where last season it was all about how you play, how you set up the team, and things to that nature. I think this season, with Man City playing the way they do and Chelsea closely behind, Tottenham rebuilding, Manchester
mm,
United is better, so they might get some big results. I definitely think it's going to be more about GA than, oh, we played so well, we put them
yeah,
under, we put them under pressure, and in transition we had so many I think it's just going to be about, can you bang goals and can you get assists this season. This
yeah,
season is a business season for both Liverpool and Arsenal and Manchester
yeah,
City. Don't forget, they got 4 goals in their game.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I think it's going to be a tale of, not maybes, not almost, but who was actually managed to put them to bed. You get me?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I get you.
Anything,
So
any other standouts for Arsenal? I know Calafiori scored your winner. Ranks was glazing him, saying that this guy, Calafiori, he's got unpredictable movements. He's nice and tall. He's physical. You like him in defense, and he offers something on offense.
yeah.
Is there anybody else you want to mention? You want to talk about Calafiori?
Um, with regards to him, I'm happy with him.
Okay.
Um, and look, I think when he arrived, he also had a season or some time where he was injured, but we could see his potential. So of course it is something exciting to look out for. But I wouldn't say I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what he's going to give. You know,
Exactly.
because I feel like I already know what he is capable of. What he can do, what he also brings to the team. Because not only can he play defense, he can also play, in the middle as well. So there is that dynamic to him. But I'm happy. I'm happy with the season. Um,
Was
Madueke, oof, man, I don't even know what to say, but
it a horrendous game from Madueke?
a horrendous one. Um, but let me just give him some time. and see what he can produce. Because, but I feel maybe Eberechi Eze would have been a preferred signing for me. You know,
You wanted
instead of
Eze
instead of instead of
instead of.
Madueke.
So
Yeah.
how long did
Yeah.
Madueke come on for?
Wait a minute. Wait, how much did he?
How long did he play? Like when did he come on?
Uh, he played like what 20 minutes, just
Oh,
under
okay.
20 minutes. Yeah,
You didn't get
yeah,
like, but in that 20 minutes, you were not happy.
yeah. I wasn't really happy, So I feel like we're playing Leeds at home. I think Arteta might switch things up and
Yeah,
possibly start with Madueke
yeah, because
and possibly
Martinelli,
Havertz as well.
yeah, Martinelli's still dribbling with his head down, so we need to see something different. Maybe a
Yeah,
little, yeah, maybe a little
yeah,
Madueke, maybe a little Madueke and Jokeris, or a little Madueke and Kai Havertz, a little bit of drop deep, a little bit of, a
yeah,
little bit of movement, a little bit of something different. All right.
yeah,
Okay, Josh,
yeah. Most possible.
that does it for today's pod. I know, we can talk about football for hours, but I really want our Thursday show to be a little bit longer. And today I do have to hop on some other podcasts. But
Yeah.
thanks once again, my good friend, for joining us. And I guess I'll see you on the Thursday show, man.
Thanks a lot, my brother. I appreciate you for the invite, and yeah, see you on Thursday.
See you on Thursday. Have a good one, man. Big up the red.
Thanks, bro.
Cheers.
Big ups.
Cheers.
Cheers.